On today's episode of Marketing Machines and Mischief, WPP launches a self-service version of its AI platform. Dommmino launches a creative rebrand, and the anti-AI backlash in marketing has officially begun. Let's go. Welcome to your big marketing show. My name is Matthew Newell.
And I'm Chris Stone, and this is the show to help a day 1 or day 10,000 marketer know how to keep their wheels on their business's marketing bus. Matthew, are you ready to hop on?
I am. The wheels on the bus. Let's do this. Here are the headlines from the last week in the only industry I have tattooed on my lower back. Our lead headline today, WPP, an advertising holding company, launches WPP Open Pro. This pulls in major AI platforms right now. Google's Veo and Imagen, OpenAI's Sora, Dolly, GPT Image, and Adobe Firefly. It's supposed to create ad campaigns from start to finish, targeted for small businesses. So here's my editorial. I'm not so sure about this one. Yes, would it be able to technically create an ad campaign for a smaller, medium-sized business? I have no doubt. Would it be good? Would it be strategic? I'm not so sure about that. And Chris, here's what I learned about this. WPP, who's been in the ad game since the 80s, I learned what their acronym stands for. Wire and plastic products.
Nothing says AI like wire and plastic products.
Exactly
what a
right.
time to be alive.
Also in marketing news this week, I am looking at the old man in the Cracker Barrel ads in the eyes and saying, okay, boomer, Domino's has launched its first rebrand since 2012. New logo, custom font, and a name with some extra M's. Get it? Domino's? Because it's delicious. They also have a new jingle from Shabuzi, which goes something like this.
Oh my gosh, that's
perfect, right?
Amazing. Let us know in the comments what you thought about that song.
Now, I have to say, this is what I love about this rebrand. The Domino sales are not tanking. That's the best time to do a rebrand. It's not when everything's in the gutter and you got to dig yourself out. Rebrand when you're at the top. It gives you a little bit of flexibility. Lastly, the anti-AI backlash in marketing has officially begun. By my count, we have Polaroid, Heineken, Aerie, Cadbury, and Dove, who have all said they will not use AI in their marketing campaigns. The pendulum has swung pretty far from, I don't know if you remember this past Christmas, Coke did an all AI Christmas campaign last year. This is a good thing. It's going to keep marketing a little bit more real. The thing is, they're going to be using AI in the background. It's not like you can avoid it these days. My personal opinion, though, on this is that the AI got us.
All right, Matthew, now it's time for Real Recognize Real, where we spotlight campaigns that actually earned their media budget. This week, Target just doubled down on Hot Santa. Yeah, you heard that right. Last year, Target introduced Chris K., a friendly and possibly handsome store employee who just happens to rock a red suit, a beard, and an uncanny ability to know exactly what shoppers need. TikTok lost its mind. 70 million views under hashtag Target Santa. The internet collectively thirsty for a fictional retail worker who may or may not be St. Nick moonlighting between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Most brands would take that win, pat themselves on the back, and move on. Target said, hold my pumpkin spice latte. This year, we're going bigger. 10 spots, broadcast, streaming, radio, social. Chris isn't just hanging out in the aisles anymore. He's watching football. He's singing karaoke. He's going on dates. They took a viral moment and built an entire cinematic universe around a guy who probably smells like cinnamon and good decisions. Here's why this works. One, they listened. Last year's campaign created some genuine buzz, and instead of chasing, the next shiny object, Target leaned into what was already resonating. That's marketing discipline that most brands, Matthew, as you know, lack. Two, character-driven storytelling. Chris isn't just a mascot, or he's not a cartoon gecko or talking M&Ms having an existential crisis. He's a personality, charismatic, helpful, and slightly quirky. He feels real, even though we all know he's carefully crafted brand vehicles. And that's the magic. And three, this is the one I love most, Matthew, timing. Target's been bleeding. Sales are down. Layoffs are coming. Stock is tanking. They needed this campaign to land. And instead of panicking with discount-driven desperation, they went emotional. They bet on joy, connection, and a character people already loved. And that is why real recognizes real.
Chris, I love this so much. Think about how many brands could pull off a hot Santa Claus. I mean, I know that sounds silly to even say out loud, but it's very limited, and Target is definitely one of them, so kudos to them. All right, here I go with real, recognize real. This one is definitely a little different, and this underscores that marketing is really a part of everything. So we have this war that's going on across the Atlantic, and Ukraine is always challenged for more fighters, more soldiers. So they literally built marketing campaigns from Ukraine's elite fighting brigades. I might misspell or mispronounce some of these. Azov's, Third Assault, Kartelia. They are running marketing campaigns for recruitment and retention. The Third Assault leads into youth-driven pop culture tropes. They use homages to Top Gun and Drone School and humor, where Kartelia focuses on reassurance and family and professionalism, proving that even in war, brand and tone matter. One campaign even featured the Uber artist, the Chinese's Ai Weiwei. Actually, I don't know if he considers himself Chinese. He may have, but Ai Weiwei, a lot of you know him. And then a hat tip to The Economist for this tasty story. Thank you to Ukraine's fighting brigades for the real recognizes real in marketing.
Outstanding.
All right, now it's time for one of my favorite segments, our over-under. This one is similar to what we did a few weeks ago with another advertising holding company. We're going to do the same thing for WPP. As we mentioned earlier, WPP started out as wire and plastic products. I don't know. Dude bought it in the 80s to turn it into an advertising holding company. The question this week is, Chris, where would you put? They also have gotten so big because of mergers and acquisitions. How many mergers and acquisitions since it was created in the 80s? I think it was the early 80s through now to create the modern day WPP.
All right, so 35, 40 years, at least one per year. There's got to be.
I thought you were just saying at least one, period.
Right. It's definitely over that. All right, so I'm going to say at least one, but it's been plus one for a few of those years. So I'm going to say over under 54.
All right. If you are a viewer, throw your guesses in the comments, and we'll let you know later on.
All right, that's it for this week's Marketing Machines and Mischief.
On a final note, for our little lessons learned as we leave, marketers, beware of marketing colleagues who won't put anything on paper. Marketing is ultimately about trust and accountability. If they don't put it on paper, you might be dealing with a snake oil salesman. Thank you, Chris, and we'll see you next week.